How often is too often to collect customer opinion, whether from survey, or focus group, or any other channel? It is important to collect customer opinion 24/7 as much as you can. The question is how often you review that. Okay, so I would not advise doing surveys just like 1 week and then, okay, we collected surveys and then let's do it again in 6 months. I believe you should be collecting that. You should have a systematic approach to collecting ongoing surveys. That way you can spot trends over time. It's just a matter of how often you review them. With URComped, we review some key metrics on a weekly basis. And if anything is starting to trend one way or the other, we address that in the weekly meeting and then come up with ways to correct the situation, and then we can monitor it closely. We like to track trends across different departments, have different owners of different departments. So if you have a system in place where you can see how customer ratings on food and beverage, customer ratings in your slot department, for example, track those separately, and then it could be a bonus tied to the manager, it could be the team, but we like to have key metrics in different areas, have an owner of each key metric that then answers for it. So if something starts going down, you can go to the owner of it and say, hey, what do you think is going on here? I think this is causing problems because we're doing a remodel and customers aren't liking that. Okay, how are we gonna improve it? What are we gonna address it? And then we're gonna track over the next 4 weeks how these changes you suggested are impacting it. So I am a big proponent of ongoing surveys. Focus groups, I think that is more a quarterly thing, or however often. If you've got something you're thinking about building a new tower and you want insight into that, then focus groups are more, in my opinion, more tied to a specific goal. But surveys all day, every day, and also be listening to social media for trends as well. Sometimes you may see that first, where you pay attention to the comments. There's always going to be haters that you can filter out, but sometimes there is a little nugget in there of truth, and oftentimes there is. So it's important to, again, figure out what that nugget of truth is, take it to the owner of that department and say, hey, what do you think this is? And then get the feedback and then decide if it's something you need to address and make changes and track or not. But overall, I think the more data you collect, the better, and then just be periodic, have a specific cadence about how often you're reviewing it, and make sure there's a structure around it where you can act if you think there's an issue, and then track the progress afterwards.